gentlemen, it's time for another exciting episode of Brian J. Boyer, Plant Deployer. Yes, it's that time again, and today we're gonna talk about mulberries. And take a look at this tree, loaded with mulberries. I mean, the branches are leaning over, there's so many mulberries on it. This tree is the easiest tree to grow in Arizona. Easy! Keep in mind, it is late April here in the Arizona, Phoenix area, and these berries are in full form right now. As you can see, the blackberries are the ones you want. You don't want the red, you don't want the white.
Ew.
Typically. Although the red aren't necessarily bad, the white is really bad, but the dark berries are the way to go.
Nice.
Now this particular species of mulberry is called a little bush mulberry, as that's how it was labeled when I got it. And it produces much smaller mulberries than the typical Pakistani mulberry. That tree has berries about this big long, but this is just a smaller berry, but it does produce a complete, plethora of berries.
Would you say I have a plethora? A what? A plethora. Oh, yes. You have a plethora. Jefe, what is a plethora?
So I got this tree in 2017. So it's been, 5 years almost in the ground now. And I planted it as a tiny little seedling, probably about this big. And I got it from Tropical Mango Plant Nursery down here in Mesa. And it has grown like a weed, honestly. Water and mulch is all they need. So if you look at this mulch here, this is all they need. A lot of plant clippings, a lot of wood chips, a lot of just any kind of yard waste. That and water is all you need with a mulberry tree. They can take full sun, they can take the beating, and you'll have a mulberry tree that looks like this. When we first walked out here, there was literally birds all over this thing. So if you look at the tree now, you don't see many blackberries. I mean, there's still quite a few, but I'm sure this thing would be covered if we didn't have the bird problem. The birds will attack this tree, and once they find out that the berries taste good, they'll gorge themselves on it. So they're the biggest pest with the berries you have to look out for. But I mean, honestly, I don't get out here to pick them as much as I should. So I'm glad somebody's eating them and having fun with them and enjoying them. So what you want to do typically is you want to wait until the berries are black. You want to pick them like this. You want to pick them when they look like this. Actually, this is risque because there's a little bit of red on this one. But the black ones, it tastes so good. It is better than a blackberry. It's kind of like a sweeter blackberry is what they taste like, kind of similar to blackberry, but much sweeter when they're that color. Now, if you try the red, this is usually a little bit more sour, much more sour. The sourness is all gone when you get to that black stage. When you eat the red stage, it's just a little bit more sour. And if you eat the white, now, I did some research on the white mulberries here, the unmature, kind of greenish white mulberries. And if you eat too many of these, they can actually be toxic. So keep that in mind. Don't eat too many of these, and don't try this at home because it's dangerous. But I'm gonna try it. Ooh, that's really sour, but it's actually edible. It doesn't taste too bad. Just like a really sour, like lemony taste. So yeah, honestly, any of these colors of berries, you can eat them, but I'd really recommend the dark blacker berries because they taste better, they're sweeter. Dr. Oz strongly recommends the mulberry fruits. He calls them a superfood and an excellent source of antioxidants and protein. There's so many uses for these berries. You can put them in pies. You can put them in your smoothies. If you're doing a protein smoothie and going to work out, you can do them in your smoothies. Why not? You can put them in pancakes. I mean, can you imagine? Mulberry pancakes. I don't know, that might be something really good. Another thing to keep in mind is you can freeze these mulberries. You can freeze them and you can keep them for months. I even have some left over from last year. I mean, they're probably not even good anymore, but I don't know, I haven't opened the bags. But yeah, you just put them in a bag and you freeze them. And that's the perfect way to add them to your smoothies and stuff. Because if you leave them in your fridge or you leave them on the counter, they go bad in about 2 to 3 days. They're not gonna stay good for long. So you either gotta freeze them or you just gotta gorge yourself on them and eat them. One other thing to keep in mind, that I did a little research on mulberry trees, and these leaves here can be used in a tea. And if you're diabetic, this tea can prevent your body's intake of sugars, which is really good for you. So if you're diabetic, these leaves have, medicinal properties with the tea. What better way than to get them from your own tree in your own yard in sunny, hot Arizona? So, grow your own fruit trees, grow your own mulberry trees. It's the best tree in Arizona to grow. It's the easiest. I forgot to mention, if you get the mulberry juice on your clothes, it can stain. I was eating a couple mulberries and my hands have gotten kind of mulberry-esque. I mean, there's mulberry juices all over my hands and it seems to stain even my skin.
Yeah, at least it's only on your hands.
Wait, what was it something I said? Those birds just almost attacked me. Why are you so serious?
Why so serious?
Was it something I said?
Now I'm always smiling.
Okay, well, that pretty much does it for the small bush mulberry. I really don't have anything else to add. Thank you so much for watching. Please like my YouTube channel. Please, comment on my videos. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. People tell me. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to gorge myself on these amazing mulberries because I just can't get enough. It's like eating candy off a tree, honestly. So I'd really recommend growing this. And again, thanks for watching. And until next time, we're Plant Deployer, signing off.